a fictional depiction of a future wherein a globalist terrorist organization aligned with the United Nations to disable the United States power grid and institutes martial law. It will take a dedicated family of patriots armed with strong survival skills and the remains of the Second Amendment to save America and reclaim its freedom. This week, on a very special Pure Boys Watch, Amerigeddon. That was pretty good. I know it was me saying it, but I think it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was great. You could do the movies.
Thank you. That's all I ask, is I can do the movies.
Thank you.
Hi, it's me, Zachariah Ty Bryant.
Hello, it's me, Jonothon Toylor Toylor.
And this week on a very special Pure Boys Watch, we're watching Amerigeddon. We told you yesterday we weren't going to watch it, but then we watched it and went, holy we got to talk about this movie. This movie is buck wild.
Yeah, holy shit, we got to watch this.
Guy, watch your language, man. We're trying to get rid of that explicit rating.
I said ship.
Oh, never mind. All right, frick me. I'm wrong.
Yeah,
God.
Get the frick out of here.
Sorry,
I said
man.
ship.
You did say ship. My bad. All right, so what is Amerigeddon other than the best name in cinema history?
The truth.
That's right. This could really happen. This is a real threat to Americans' democracy.
This is already happening. Open your eyes, sheeple.
That's right. Pull your heads out of your arses. Get out of your liberal cuck art colleges and look at the real world.
Is cuck rated G?
Yeah. It's in the Bible.
Yeah.
God cucks Joseph. That's that's Bible 101. God is the
God cucks everyone.
Yeah, Joseph is the alpha cuck. He gets cucked by the supreme authority. That's pretty cool.
Cuck you? Cuck me.
Cuck you, buddy. That's what God says to him. You don't want me to cuck you in front of your wife? Too bad, buddy. I'm going to get her pregnant. Yeah. How does that sound? That's the ultimate big dink energy. He cucked him so hard he got his wife pregnant.
I love how many times we've said cuck so far. G-rated.
Yeah. Pureflix, hit us up. Give us a sponsorship. We'll say cuck on your dime if you want.
We love you.
We love you. Dun, 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 dun.
That was a great intro, man. It really fit the theme.
Thanks.
I was hoping for the Malibu Dan theme song, but...
The Malibu Band.
Yeah, Malibu Band.
I mean, when we eventually get like our own, once the show gets rolling and we have our own band and all that, then we'll call it the Malibu Band.
Yeah, once we go on tour,
yeah, everything
will start rolling and we'll have a Malibu Band.
Exactly. So Amerigeddon is a 2016 full-length feature motion picture by our friend of the show, fan of the show, Gary Heavin, which I'm not sure if he has Twitter or not, but I'm going to look him up right now and follow him if he does.
It's really way too close to heathen. He should think of changing it to heaven.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say it's way too close to heaven. I was like, call me the Lost Lonely Boys. I was asking how far is heaven, if you know what I'm saying.
I really do not know what you're saying. Could you explain it to me?
So Lost Only Boys was this like Latin X music group in the 90s. And they had a real banger of a hit called How Far Is Heaven, and that song is legitimately great. I love that song. And that's the long and short of it. It's their only good song as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, send it to me on your two-way.
You got it. I'll page it to you. I'll page you all the lyrics. I am loud in my own way.
I do know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it doesn't look like he's got a Twitter. That's a real shame. Yeah,
he doesn't?
No, he doesn't. Nope.
He's probably got stock in it though.
Oh, for sure he does. Yeah. Yeah, our boy is full of stock. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. This movie is a stern, it's a bucket of cold water dumped on your head, just waking you up to the reality of the world, which is that the world's energy system is not safe from EMP blasts caused by Chinese nuclear missiles detonated in orbit in conjunction with the United Nations to try to take over America. That made sense.
I don't know if it's nuclear.
It is nuclear. I think.
Why would it be nuclear?
Because I think nuclear is the only one that has an EMP. That there's no way that's true. Actually, as I was saying it, I went, I feel wrong.
That sentence. I don't think that makes sense whatsoever.
But I think that's the case. Listeners, prove me wrong. Send me all your doomsday prepper stuff. Send me some guides.
That's asking for a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah. Hey, if you got any kind of weird doomsday prepper stuff, send it to pureboyspod@gmail.com or @pureboyspod on Twitter. If you're a doomsday prepper, I'm going to tag this episode all about doomsday preppers. So if they can get past all the God cucking Joseph stuff, they're going to be right in the sweet spot here.
Yeah, you really got to make it over the cuck wall to get to the sweet stuff.
Exactly. Unlike America, which doesn't have any kind of cuck wall to keep out any kind of EMP blasts, that's what Gary Heavin is trying to create. Gary Heavin, creator of Curves Gym for ladies.
He's a true patriot. He's trying to save his nation.
I'm going to read the whole speech at the end over that music. I just want you to know. I'm going to give his whole... I'm so excited. I wish we could skip to the end so I could read that speech, but you got to wait 54 minutes for that, so hang in there, listeners.
Well, instead of skipping to the end, let's skip to the beginning where we see Alex Jones.
That's right. There's an opening montage, and in that opening montage is InfoWars footage. So you know whose side this movie's on. InfoWars. And there's a bunch of edited footage of Obama and Joe Biden calling for a new world order. And it's like, there's the one of Obama being like, people can't govern themselves. They need people to like run the world and show them what to do. And so I Googled that. I was like, is that a thing that Obama really said? And all the articles were like, here's some garbage that right-wing lunatics are spreading about Obama saying this speech. That's not what he said. It's a heavily edited clip, edited clips of him together to make it look like he was calling for a new world order. I went, yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
I had the exact same thought to look this up because I thought it was garbage, and then I just didn't look it up because I knew. Well, I had a good idea that it was probably garbage.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
But
thank you for the confirmation.
I want to bring facts.
I like that you've done the work.
I want to bring facts. I want to bring legwork to this show. That's what I'm about. Facts and logic.
But Alex Jones plays the part of the government.
Yeah,
in his scene.
He's a senator.
I wonder if he had to puke like at between takes.
Yeah, of course he did. He got all worked up, and then his blood pressure rose, and his stomach dropped out, and he puked his guts out. He was like, I'm ready to go again. That's too gruff for Alex Jones. I don't know enough about Alex Jones to do an impression of him. It
was better than your Goldmember.
No, that's not true. My Goldmember was flawless. I didn't do it on the show.
I know.
What was the line? I'll say it again. Do you remember what the Goldmember line was?
I shagged her rotten baby.
Oh yeah, that's right. When he goes, I shagged her rotten baby. It's not bad.
That was a good Goldmember.
That was a good Goldmember. I know, I was hamming it up. I did a bad Goldmember impression earlier, and I didn't want to look like a fool, so I did a really good one on the show. I did a bad one off the air, a good one on the air. Practice.
Just so we're playing it straight.
Straight up the middle. Like this movie. Fair and straight up the middle, exactly like Amerigeddon. The main character of this movie, well, maybe is this guy, Gary Heavin.
It's America.
Is America. America first. Salute the flag. Salute our shorts. And Gary Heavin plays Charles Gray, although I'll never call him that again. I'll only call him Gary Heavin. He's a semi-retired businessman who wants the U.S. government to protect us from EMP attacks on our energy sector. The banks will fail if that happens. Right?
Why doesn't he just change his name to Charlie? He's called himself Charlie in this and Missionaire.
His name's Charlie in Missionaire? Do you think it's the same character?
Yeah, well, this is what I tried to figure out, but there's some different actors that they're playing different characters, so it couldn't be.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, there are. Yeah. Fat Scott Ackerman is in this. The Mexican Bandito is in this as a soldier. Yeah. You're right. There is a little bit of crossover. That's true.
Yeah, crossover that just doesn't work. I love that you call him Fat Scott Ackerman. I don't see it whatsoever, but
you don't see it? You don't see Fat Scott Ackerman when you look at Roger the politician? That's the... All right, well, look harder, man.
I will look harder. He's probably in the next movie.
There will be no next movie. This, like, he made Missionaire, Suck Your Dink and Get High, Missionaire, and he made this movie, and then they went, we don't want any more movies from you, Gary Heavin. We've had enough. Who they are, some shadowy cabal of film producers or something, whatever, I don't know.
You've been texting me Suck a Dink and Get High all week, and I was not linking that to Missionaire or the song.
You just thought that was my new catchphrase. That was my Goldmember catchphrase. Instead of saying, I love gold, I say, Suck Your Dink, Get High.
Yeah, I thought that was your new, like, hey, what's up?
I mean, the only reason I say it is because my dad texted it to me, and then I'm like, oh, that's a cool thing to say. So then I just started texting it to everybody. Texted to all my clients.
Cook him.
Yeah. Suck your dink, get high. On Missionaire.
No. Learn your dink and fly. For me.
Gary Heavin makes some outrageous claim that if an EMP hit America, 90% of the population would die in the first 12 months. I don't believe that, Gary Heavin. I don't believe that 90% of the population would die. I feel like 90% of the population would leave America, but they wouldn't die if, like, an EMP knocked out the power in the U.S. That's insane. You wouldn't just go, I guess we stay here and die. I guess that's it.
The UN would totally swoop in and help everyone.
No, the UN is the shadowy cabal I was talking about that shut down Gary Heavin's film productions, and they have a standing army, of Chinese and Russian people. These are facts.
My stupid liberal brain don't work good.
Yeah, exactly. You went to
these things.
You went to some dumb liberal arts college garbage. The amount of let me control F how many times I wrote cuck in my notes here real quick. 17
So you had this teed up
17 times 17 times I wrote cuck in my notes.
Let me see how many times I wrote it.
Control F.
I know how to search files.
I know, I say it every episode. How many times did I say cuck?
None times.
Okay. So
I'm sad to report.
We're at this court hearing. Jeez, we're not even past the first. We're at this court hearing, and there's these
past it.
There's these two sweaty scumbags at the back of the courtroom just being like, I can't wait for the New World Order. We're gonna totally destroy the world. It's like, you're in court in America. Why are you talking like that here? Like, you're being so conspicuous. You just don't even care. You live in Dubai, we find out. What are you doing?
Oh, was that Dubai Me Crazy?
That was Dubai Me.
Figure out that.
Mm-hmm. And also, one of them is black, and I went, buddy, I hate to break it to you, but unfortunately, there will be no room for you in this weird new world order. You will be the first one against the wall. I'm sorry, but they're just racist scum. Anybody who's like that is just a piece of garbage. So if you think there's room for you, that's crazy.
You don't think Uganda's got a head at the table?
No, I think that pasty, puffy Pillsbury Doughboy old man who initiates Operation Black Star, like, calls out Africa and is like, we should just kill Africa. Let's just kill all of them. You go, all right, man, I guess that's crazy, but you got the satellite. I don't, so.
Yeah, they do not like specific races.
No.
Mexican seems all right.
Yeah, they seem okay. Yeah. The most exciting thing for me in this movie was seeing Dizzy from Starship Troopers being one of the main characters. That was pretty exciting. She was like the first set of yabos that I ever saw in a movie that was like, whoa, okay. Oh, that's what's going on. Okay. Exactly. Do you remember the first time you saw Starship Troopers?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask me the first time I saw boob.
Well, hey, we can talk about that too, but we're trying to get rid of the explicit rating, so.
Well, I'll say boob. But
okay.
Yeah, let's not talk about it. That's naughty nasty.
That's true, yeah.
I actually saw it as an older man. I think I
Oh.
was probably like 20 or something.
Oh, well, that's okay. Fair
Yeah.
enough. My dad took me to see it. I was like 10 or 11 when it came out. And it was not the first R-rated movie I'd seen, because my dad showed me Jean-Claude Van Damme movies when I was younger. But he showed me those. Well, anyway, we went to go see Starship Troopers, and he was like, "Hey, don't tell your mom we're going to see this." And I was like, "Why?" And then just like graphic murders and yabos on the screen and co-ed showers. And I was just like, I was sitting so perfectly still during all the nudity scenes because I just didn't want anyone to think I was like experiencing anything during it. You know, that kind of thing where you watch a movie and there's a sex scene and your parents are there and you're like, I can't react in any way. How was I breathing right before this scene started? What was my face doing?
Yeah, even if they're cool like adults, you still have this like weird situation going down your spine knowing that you should not be seeing this whatsoever. That makes me randy.
Ooh, Randy baby. That's a little Austin Powers for you. Yeah. So there's soldiers. There's a bunch of soldiers in Kentucky, and those are like some of the main. One of them is the main character, Brandon. Yeah. He's the son of Dizzy. Yeah, he's a cool guy. I liked him in this movie, actually. I thought he did a pretty good job with the material. I thought he was a decent enough actor. He looked good in his outfits. He was good.
Who's he the son of? Because there's this like collection of characters that you're introduced to,
right?
And they all know each other in some sort of way, but it seems loose and vague.
I got the whole family tree for you. At the top of the family tree, Gary Heavin. He has no children. He has Sam, who is the Sarah Connor of the troop, which is just this like badass in quotation marks chick who like makes Molotov cocktail launchers and stuff. Whatever. She's fine.
Charlie's Angel.
Yeah. She gets cool stuff. She gets to do cool stuff in this movie, though. Like, well, I don't want to spoil it, but we got those two at the top. Then below them, we have Dizzy from Starship Troopers. We have her daughter, Frankie. And we have Dizzy's mom, who is an old woman who was like dying of cancer, and she's friends with Gary Heavin. As well, Dizzy's son is Brandon. And then below them, we have Roger, played by Fat Scott Aukerman, and his daughter, Penny, who is a student at that dumb, stupid liberal cuck art college. And Gary Heavin he sponsors Roger's election bids. He pays for his campaigns, even though he doesn't vote for him, which makes me go, well, why are you paying? I don't understand what this is. But anyway,
so is that their only connection? Is that like he's paying for the political, and they're kind of friends? Maybe they grew up together.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, they did grow up together. Roger mentions that to Penny at one point, where he's like, he wasn't always a fascist. She goes, okay.
Because he's paying for a liberal governor, senator, or something.
Yeah,
he believes in the opposite.
He's paying to get Slitheracci voted into office, is I think what he's paying for.
Midweek freak rate.
Yeah, buddy. You listen to it next week. It's a different one this week. Next week, it's the one that we're talking about. We were an episode ahead on that show, and then we did this show. Whatever. Don't worry about it. There's a great line where Gary Heavin calls Fat Scott Aukerman. He's like, how's my favorite liberal state rep? You go, all right, very on the nose. Excellent. Now we know where Roger stands. He's a liberal state rep, and he's probably a cuck. And his wife isn't around. She's getting plowed by somebody right now. Or she's dead. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, probably dead and getting plowed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in that order. On the military base, we got Brandon and his loser troop. And they're playing this game where they're shooting like bottles. Like him and his two friends are like shooting bottles, live ammunition just on the base. And I don't know what the rules of the game is because there's like 7 glass bottles lined up and then they all line up to shoot at them and they count down and they all just shoot their guns till all the glass bottles are broken. And then Brandon goes, I win. And they go, yeah, you did. We go, how? What are the rules? Do you know?
I thought about this game so much throughout this movie. I kept
Okay.
trying to figure it out. Like, do they know how many bottles they shot? Because they can't.
No.
There's just 3 guns going off like crazy.
They could, especially because the guy goes, we'll go on 3, 1, 2, and then they all just start shooting. So they have no idea.
But they're army-trained shooters, so maybe they know when their bullet connects. Have you ever shot a gun?
I've never even touched a gun in my life. That's why I'm some liberal cuck idiot who would die I'd be a part of the 90% that died after that EMP blast.
Yeah, you'd probably be selling yourself.
Yeah, I'd suck my dink, get high.
For missionary.
Roger, the politician, his daughter Penny is woke as frick. She's super woke. She's all about feminism and equal rights. What a piece of trash who has no place in the new world order, that's for sure.
Yeah, she's gonna change the world.
Yeah, she's gonna bury this god and gun culture. Not on my watch, says Gary Heavin.
There's this weird moment where somebody tells her that she's going to change the world, and then she's like, yeah, I am going to change the world. And then there's this close-up on her face, and it's supposed to, like, be maniacal or, like, evil or something like that. Like, they're playing her out to be, like, some stupid liberal cuck.
Yeah, it's that one. She's a stupid liberal. I think it's supposed to be like, look how naive this idiot is. She really thinks that protests and equal rights will change the world. What an idiot is what this movie is telling us. Because the next scene after she says, I'm going to change the world literally ends. So...
Yeah, screw you, girl.
Yeah. Oh, congratulations on getting your feminist rag published. Aren't you special? The printing presses are dead. They've shut down forever. They weren't in a... damn, I can't remember what the name of that building is where EMP blasts don't affect it. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, Faraday cage.
A Faraday cage. Yeah. Is that a thing? I guess it must be.
Yeah, that is a thing.
Okay, all right. Okay, well... Jonothon's house.
I've watched Doomsday Preppers. I know what's going on.
Okay. I've never. I feel like my anxiety wouldn't allow me to watch it. I feel like I would bug out if I watched it, and I'd have a bag ready to go by the door.
It's so fun. These people are some characters.
I mean,
it's like watching this.
Yeah, my favorite thing I've ever seen in regards to doomsday prepping, it was like a show about people who have bunkers. And one of the guys had his bunker rigged up so that the stairs going into the bunker had a built-in flamethrower in the railing, so that if someone tried to break in, he would just activate a flamethrower and torch that person to death trying to get down the stairs, which I thought that was pretty cool. That's a pretty sane, rational thing to do. Like, gas literally flowed through the banister and just would roast people.
See, that's doing it right. That's being cool about doomsday prepping.
Yeah. Right? Get old Mad Max with it. Doing it right on the wrong side of town. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Oh man. Let's keep moving here. Where are we? The general gets a visitor. The colonel, at the military base gets visitors who are in a UN vehicle, and they get out and you go, who are these visitors from the UN? Oh, it's just Roger Russia and Charlie China, and they're both wearing the most obvious uniforms you could imagine. Picture the most obvious military Chinese and Russian uniforms, and you're picturing these two characters.
And they both have like scowls on their face. It's very easy to see that these are the bad men.
It's right, yeah. The definition of bad men. Yeah, Dizzy's mom has cancer. She doesn't care. She's not gonna take her meds anymore. She's like, I already got cancer.
She loves it.
Yeah. She says, let's go, let's God, and throws her meds in the toilet. And then we meet Frankie. Frankie is Dizzy's daughter, as I mentioned earlier. Frankie loves AR-15s. She loves pretending to be a badass. And then grow crops.
We'll see.
That's your job, Frankie. You're growing crops. There is one thing about Frankie, though, that bothered me through the whole movie. Frankie has braces, and all I could think was like, oh my, what a nightmare that's going to be when society collapses. You're going to have to deal with braces, and like removal of them will be a nightmare. How are you going to do it? You're just going to have braces forever. That sucks. I felt so bad for her.
Yeah, I mean, Gary Heavin's going to fly somebody in to take out those braces. He gets in his chopper.
Mm-hmm.
He'll figure it out. He'll blast him off with a shotgun.
Exactly. Yeah, he'll blast all her teeth out with a shotgun. You won't be needing these in the new world.
Yeah, you just put a metal plate in their mouth and then shoot out the teeth and bada boom, bada bing.
That's how the dentists do it. The grandma thinks that the whole world is going to hell, which turns out she's right.
It is.
Yep. She's like, I have dreams about the end of the world. The world's going to hell in a handbasket. And you go, well, I feel like people have been saying that forever, though. I feel like that's like forever people have felt the world is going to hell in a handbasket. Is it?
It's an old phrase because it's been used forever.
Exactly. It's so old that we don't even have handbaskets anymore. I don't even know what that is other than the obvious.
Is it a racist thing?
Yeah, I don't think we can use that term anymore, actually. Handbasket. I don't think we can call people beanstalks or call things handbaskets.
We can't call people beanstalks?
We can't call people beanpoles, that's for sure.
Ooh, well, that is for sure.
Yeah, for sure. There's this part where like the military is giving a debriefing to the soldiers and he's like, don't ask questions about why we're doing training in civilian spaces and don't ever question your superior officer. You guys, do you understand? The guys are like, yeah. And he's like, I didn't hear you. Did you understand? And they go, yeah. And he goes, hoorah, dismissed. And all I could think was military culture is the dumbest of the cultures. It's the stupidest thing. Hoorah is such a silly thing to say. Like, hoorah. People who like genuinely mean that are gonna go, what is your life? What are you about?
I was watching those scenes and I was just like, this is on you for joining the military.
Right.
Like, if you don't want to kill innocent people, then don't sign up for the military.
Yeah.
Easy as that.
I mean, if you want to kill innocent people, sign up for the military. They'll send you overseas and just kill as many innocent people as you want to get that sweet oil. But if you don't want to do it at home, become a cop. Idiot, that's how it works. Join the police force. You can kill as many black people as you want. It doesn't matter. Get away scot-free. The thin blue line. Respect the flag, all right? This is not a political podcast. This is not a political podcast.
We do not take hard stances. We're a bunch of libtards that don't know what's going on.
That's true, yeah. Although I got a lot of stuff to say about Texas later on. No. Texas. Let's show them how we do things in Texas. Get shot by a 50 caliber rifle. The military boys go on like a training exercise in an urban setting, like a neighborhood, and they go to two houses. The first house they go to, the guy who answers the door is like, well, hey there, fellas. What can I do for you? Can I suck your dinks before you? Thanks for the guns. Thanks for protecting us. I don't understand guns. You're the only people that should get guns. You want to come in and look for guns? I don't have any, but my neighbor's got a bunch, and he's black, and he has NRA stickers on his window, so better go check with him. And all I could think was like, if martial law had been declared, and you actually met this guy is killing and eating people, for sure. Like, that's the vibe that guy gave off, is like, don't come into my house. My basement's full of bodies, and I'm eating them one toe at a time.
Yeah, he definitely has like a false door or a false wall somewhere in his room where he has just a bunch of dead bodies behind.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say that I am this man because I'm just a scaredy cat and be like, yeah, I don't have no guns. Come on in.
I don't understand that second right to carry culture. Only the police and the military need guns. Well, what kind of attitude is that to have? Why would they need guns? I don't understand. What do I know? I'm just a dumb leftist liberal cock. What do I know? I'm stupid. I'm a dumb idiot, listeners.
But then they go to the NRA man's house.
Oh yeah, that's where we are. Sorry, I was ranting. Go to the NRA man's house.
You're all hot.
I know. God, ugh. Sweating over here.
Wipe her down.
Laverne, I'm sizzling. Yeah, they go to the second guy's house, and he's just like, "You can't take my guns." And they're like, "We're gonna take your guns." And so he pulls his gun and he shoots one of the guys in the crotch. It's a paintball gun, and he shoots him in the nuts. And the guy goes, "He shot me in the nuts." And that's weird. Weird little bit of physical comedy in this end of the world movie, but okay, fine, fair enough. And then they grab the guy and they're like, "Who told you could shoot my man? Who told you to do that?" And he literally goes, "I'm a crisis actor." It's like, oh, Good dog whistle. I like it.
Yeah, it was a beautiful scene. Yeah, I'm a crisis actor. I just want to go.
I need a new job.
He crumples.
He shoots that guy in the nuts and crumples him, and then they corner him and he crumples.
Yeah, it's a couple of crumplers.
Mm-hmm. The colonel at one point's riding a motorcycle and smoking a cigar, which I'm like, that's pretty cool. That's a cool way to live.
Yeah. If there's one thing we know about Gary Heavin, it's that he loves motorcycles.
Is that something we know about him?
Well, in the Missionaire, the Marisol has her bike.
Oh, yeah. Right? Dodging chickens on the road. Mexico, baby.
Texas
and Mexico. These movies were filmed in the same place, right? Like, they had to have been.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. Excellent. Times are changing. If you don't change with them, you get left behind.
Yeah, he's a cool old colonel type character.
Yeah. He's
hard as nails.
In love with his motorcycle, to the point where Brandon goes, Colonel, is there a Mrs. Crane? And all I could think was, no, man, her and Frasier got divorced before the series started. Bah, 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 bah. You know what I'm saying? Just Frasier talk.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, should we do a hot five on Frasier?
Oh my God. I've been wanting to issue this statement since the first episode of Malibu Down the Family Man. I feel like an idiot for not stating it earlier, but Frasier and Roz do hook up. They do have sex in a season 9 episode, which I haven't seen, but I Googled it.
Season 9.
Exactly. So forgive me for not seeing season 9, episode 23 of Frasier. I apologize, but they do hook up. So that's pretty hot.
Is that the end of the series? Season 9, episode 23? That sounds like a season finale.
That might be a season finale. Yeah, for sure. Maybe it's like everyone bangs in that episode. Like him and Roz and Daphne and Niles and Martin and Bulldog and I don't know, the guy
and
who runs...
show everything.
Oh yeah, that's why the show ended, because it wasn't supposed to be the series finale, but after that the NBC went, well, we got to cancel it. I'm sorry, you showed Dr. Frasier Crane's whole hog. We can't. Where are we supposed to go from there?
I don't care if you blurred out some stuff. The moaning was intense.
I don't care if you blurred out their nipples. You showed their genitals. That's insane. You blurred out men's nipples and showed full genitals. What kind of backwards world is this?
What a job it would be if you had to tell people you showed their genitals.
Oh man, being standards and what is it? Standards and practice or whatever.
Practices?
Yeah, that would be a fun job, I think, to just be like, look, you can't say this word. And they go, why not? Can I say this word? And you go, all right, that's acceptable. Sure, you could say dink. You could say suck your dink
like
and
dink.
get high. Yeah.
Yeah, you could say suck off a dink hard. I don't care.
You could text your dad, suck your dink and fly. You could do that. You couldn't text him anything else.
Suck your dink and fly. It's missionaire.
Oh, yeah. So then Operation Darkstar happens, where they...
Ooh, what a name.
Ooh, very cool. Great. Favorite Grateful Dead song, Operation Darkstar.
Do you think the real cabal wanting to EMP America has a name called Darkstar?
Yeah, probably. It's probably cooler than that, though. It's probably like Operation like Ebony Dagger or something sweet like that.
Ebony Dagger. That's probably Dinkstar.
Yeah, that's true. It's probably Ebony Dink is probably what it is. Don't go into my search history. I search that all the time.
Ebony Dink.
Ebony Dink. That's my... I might change my name. Say goodbye to Zachariah Ty Bryant. Now call me Ebony Dink.
Yeah, I'm going to change it from my real name to Ebony Dink.
I'm going to change it back to my real name of Ebony Dink. You got
Should
me.
I just be Ebony Dink too?
Sure. Yeah. Put it on your driver's license. Good. So then that stuff happens. They launch a nuke and it blows up in orbit, and then it EMPs whatever. EMPs America. No big deal. So blasé about it. Whatever.
Yeah, some stuff happens.
Yeah, I feel like we skipped a lot with that, but who cares?
No, yeah, I think we're totally on point here.
Yeah.
America's power system is done.
Yeah. Oh, there's a real great line that Grandma says when they're leaving the house to go to Gary's. Everybody ends up going to Gary Heavin's because they're having a party for old dying Grandma, and she goes, "Oh, we're gonna scoot and skedaddle." And I really like that line. I'm gonna start using that in my day-to-day life. Well, thanks for listening to the show. We're gonna scoot and skedaddle.
That's a great send-off. I feel like somebody in my life when I was young used to say that. Like it rings in my butt.
Did you have an old Texas grandma?
Yeah.
I
forgot about her.
Yeah, you mention it. Yeah, Grandma Texas. That's what we used to call her. Old scoot and skedaddle. Like sometimes she talks like a Cajun when she's like, "Come sit here next to your grandma, ma." I'm like, why are you talking like that? It's a weird way to talk.
Cajun accents are so cool. You nailed it again, by the way. Goldmember now this.
Thank you. Goldmember now grandma?
Cajun grandma?
Change my name.
Cajun Texan grandma?
Change my name to Goldmember Grandma. That's my new name. Ebony Dink and the Goldmember Grandma.
Perfect.
When fit hits the shan, you know what I'm saying? That's another good one.
Yeah, late night records, baby.
Yeah, 9:05. Fit's hitting the shan, baby.
Yeah, I gotta be in bed, man.
Yeah, I know you got school tomorrow. You got to go to your liberal cuck art college. There's another great line where as the nuke is like about to explode, we cut to Penny and her loser soy boy boyfriend, and they're like sitting in his, I don't know, his parents' house probably, 'cause he's a loser, and he's like holding a guitar, and he just goes, "You know, one of these days I'm gonna learn how to play this stupid thing." And I thought that line was very funny. That made me legitimately laugh. It's like, this guy's, what a weak-wristed loser soy boy. He doesn't even know how to play a guitar. He's a poser.
He's just sitting there like a poser.
Exactly. The bomb explodes and the power in New York City and the cuck capital of Hollywood goes out. Gone. A lot of my notes are in all caps too. I should also mention that for this movie.
Yeah, I should have really done that. I do have Dark Star in capitals. I really
nice.
like that.
It's a good name. It's a good Grateful Dead song. I like Dark Star. It's a good song.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, frick me, frick you, right? Yeah. The lights go out. Penny's like, "Oh my God, all the lights are out." And her boyfriend rightfully goes, "Well, it's probably nothing to worry about." Because, like, why would it be? Like, it's a power outage. That happens. Yeah. It's fine.
It's something that everybody experiences all the time.
Yeah. So, but it's out all over the place. And the colonel is like, "All
martial
right,
law.
Hoorah. It's time to enact martial law, and let's go kick these liberal soy boys' butts and take their guns." And the military, Brandon is immediately like, "The power just went out. How could martial law have been declared already?" And he goes, "Don't ask questions. I'm going to shoot you." And it doesn't.
Yeah, it pulls out a gun on him, and Brandon ain't gonna have any of it.
The Russian in a ball cap puts a gun to his head. Brandon responds by taking the gun and doing a sweet roundhouse kick to the Russian's face, which was like, I love his kung fu in this movie.
Yeah, the fight sequences weren't terrible.
Yeah, the hand-to-hand stuff was pretty good. The gunplay near the end was like hard to follow and a little confusing, but the hand-to-hand stuff was great. Well,
the whole ending was a little...
Wow. Oh my God, the whole ending. Well, wait till we get to the whole ending. So he takes his troop. They all go into a tent. Chinese soldiers show up, shoot everybody in the tent except Brandon, which I thought was a funny scene that we're introduced to like some of the soldiers and it's like, all right, we're going to like follow these guys. And then they all just get killed. Yeah. And go, well, that's okay. New World Order.
These guys are going to be a team. The guy with the camera glasses is going to do something cool.
The guy with mirrors on his shoes so we can look up women's dresses gets killed, and they all get shot.
And these Chinese soldiers are in UN gear.
That's right. They're a part of the nation of the United Nations.
Ugh.
But Brandon
he
ices those Chinese soldiers without remorse. Headshots, all three of them with a pistol. Wham, wham, wham.
Headshot.
That's right. Boom, headshot. Remember memes?
He's the only one who survives out of the people who get shot up in the tent. And he's not like getting down to the ground. He's just kind of like hunkering down a little bit.
Yeah.
Like he totally should have got shot and killed.
Yeah, everyone else got iced, but not him. He made it out. He steals the colonel's motorcycle and drives it out of the base and gets away from everyone. Nobody can shoot him for some reason. They're all trained military people. I guess the Chinese military isn't as good as the American military, even though like all evidence points to them being way more disciplined and way better in a lot of ways. And way worse in a lot of ways too. We don't support the Chinese military.
This is not a political podcast.
No, we are sponsored by the CCP, but that's neither here nor there.
We got to make money.
Exactly. We got to make yen, baby. That's not Chinese money. I don't know. At the liberal college, everyone's partying, and then a car explodes for no reason, and then gunshots are happening, and all the kids panic. They all start running away. Penny falls down. Her boyfriend runs back to get her, stops, stands over her, looks at her, and then runs away again. It's like, why did you come back? Yeah. That's what a weird thing to do.
Comes back just to say goodbye.
Exactly, yeah. I just came back to say goodbye. My favorite Colin James song. The cat came back to say goodbye.
Yeah, pandemonium is happening.
Pure pandemonium.
Except for at Charlie Heavin's house.
Everyone's cool.
He's got the generator going. They're going to have the rest of the cake. Everything's fine.
Exactly, yeah. Even Fat Scott Arkman can have some because he didn't have a heart attack because he's not a pilot.
He should have had a heart attack in this. How funny would that have been?
I mean, they do just write him out of the movie at some point. We don't even say goodbye to Penny's dad. He's just gone at one point, and he never comes back.
Oh yeah, he's got to go get Texas to secede.
Oh god, yeah, that's the best part about it. Oh, you got to go to the Capitol building. You got to convince the governor to get Texas to secede. You know, why? What good will that do, Gary? Like, what at this point? What will that accomplish? I don't. They're already here. The UN military's here. It's not going to make any difference if they don't even have the ability to make Texas secede anymore.
Texas isn't a thing anymore.
No, exactly. It's the People's Republic of former Texas, current China.
It's just him wedging Texas into this movie more and more as this movie goes on for some reason. We hear Texas so many times in the last 30 minutes.
And if you know anything about Texas, you know that they're all hat, no cattle. That is the slogan for Texas. We love to talk big and then cower in fear as soon as we can. You heard me, Texas.
Yeah, big
come
horn,
fight me.
Small peen.
That's right. Oof, them's fighting words. That's tarnation right there.
I'm from Texas.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair enough then.
I can say
that. The next morning, like Dizzy's like, "Is everything okay? Was it an EMP?" And Gary goes, 500,000 people died last night. I go, how do you know? How do you know? I mean, it does. His explanation does make some sense. He's like, hospitals shut down, like airplanes crashed. Anything that was like moving through the air is now a burning wreckage. So, okay, like, yeah. And then the hospitals all shut down, all the people on life support and like mid-surgery and stuff. Like, all right, yeah, I can see. People in planes, trains, automobiles, all those things. They all just died.
Electric.
Someone driving 120 miles an hour just flipped their car off the interstate.
Yeah, we are dependent on our power grid.
True. If only we had better protection for it to protect us from nuclear EMP blasts.
Yeah.
Nah. Oh, well. We find out that the average American only has 3 days worth of food. That sucks. Oh, my God.
It's true. This is kind of the point where I was like, I bet you all these doomsday preppers just love this movie. They are just creaming in their jeans.
Yeah. For sure. This is I think I actually have that here. Like a line about like, this is a doomsday prepper's wet dream or something like that. Like, it's just, give me a reason to shoot people and like hoard products and just protect my family and the people I love. Give me one reason to stay here is what that song was about. Back at the art college, there's like Penny is hiding and there's just two guys wearing like masquerade ball masks. and like carrying axes, and they're just walking around terrorizing people and being like, we got to find the governor's daughter or whatever. You're like, who are these guys? Like, what are you doing here?
I was very impressed that they had matching masks.
Yeah.
Other than that, it just kind of came out of nowhere. But I guess it makes sense that people would be hunting for the governor's or senator's daughter. I don't know, man. It kind of came out of left field.
Also, the power's been out for like 6 hours. Like, let's get real. Earlier this winter, our power was out here for 12 hours. And we didn't put on masks and start trying to butcher people at the local liberal cuck soy boy art college. We just, laid in bed. We laid in bed, did nothing. It was great.
Yeah, just sat on our phones.
Yeah.
But the thing is, during this, you wouldn't have your phones because the cell towers would go down.
Yeah, that's why people started going crazy. Yeah. They started killing people because they didn't have their Switch. They couldn't play their Switch.
But this is a great time for Gary Heavin to get out his helicopter that was in his Faraday cage and go get this lady.
Gotta go get Penny. Me and Sarah Connor will go get your daughter back, Senator. Spoiler alert, they do. It works.
Yeah. Just in time.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the crazy men chase after her and she's hiding. But then it's like implied that like she's around a corner and then they're like further down from her terrorizing some other women. But if they just looked to the right, they would have seen her. Like the geography doesn't really make a lot of sense, but helicopter comes, Sarah Connor gets out with her AR-15 and just guns down those guys. Like it's like, again, the power has been out for like 6 or 7 hours and she murders 2 men in cold blood. And it just, that's fine. Keep it moving. Don't worry. Don't ask questions. It's fine.
They kind of show their flight to the university. And the only thing I could think of is how are they going to fit this whole other person in there? And the way they do it is that Sarah Connor stands on the
strut,
and like hangs outside of the helicopter on their way back. Mm-hmm. I thought that was cool as hell.
There are some helicopter stunts in this movie that are legitimately awesome. Like for as bad as this movie is, there are some things that I go, damn, Gary Heavin, you really flew that helicopter. That's awesome, dude. Oh, damn, Sarah Connor, you really stood on the side of that helicopter. That's my dream come true. That's so cool.
Yeah, like unlike Missionaire, there were some legitimate like, oh, that's cool moments.
I feel like he learned his lessons from Missionaire, aka give it a story, make cool things happen in it. Don't just have, Jamie Kennedy show up and have his face in shadow and just talk like this and sitting there. You gotta get that sandwich to go.
Yeah. Get good editors. Don't spend all your money on Tom Arnold with a notepad.
Yeah, Tom Arnold and his son. Don't get him. The helicopter. Oh, there's a great line where they're talking about like, what's gonna happen to people? There's like Frankie and Dizzy from Starship Troopers and her mom are all sitting there talking, and the what's his name? Roger, the politician, is there, and Frankie is spouting off about GMOs and being like, GMOs are bad, and her dad's like, actually, GMOs are totally fine. Like, there's no scientific evidence to say that they're bad. They're actually totally fine. And he goes like, how do you expect the government to feed people? And 14-year-old Frankie goes, our government isn't supposed to feed anyone. Farmers are. And her mom goes, all right, everybody shut up. Like, what are you talking? Both of you shut up. This is a stupid conversation to have right now. And she's right. And Penny's Penny's great. That's all I want to say about Penny.
Yeah, she's right. Farmers should feed people and government should get the heck out of here.
That's right. Get your filthy GMOs out of my crops. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even
then
every
Gary and Brandon arrive at the same time.
Yeah, it's great. It's like perfect timing. Brandon rides up on his motorcycle. Gary lands the helicopter, like literally, like they just like the noses of their vehicles touch. It's perfect. Yeah, it's really nice. We find out that Brandon and Penny used to date, and it's like awkward at first when they kind of see each other, but then it gets even more awkward a little later when they're sitting by the pool and he is a friggin' lunatic to her. Do you know the scene I'm talking about?
I put it out of my mind, but kinda, because they're like rifing about how they should have kept up, and he wanted to stay with her.
Yeah, well, he says he's trying to get her to stay and talk to him. She's like, please stay. And she goes, please stay? That's what I heard from my cuck boyfriend and my mom and you when you joined the army. What was I supposed to do? Just wait around? And he goes, yeah, you were. It's like, bro, you're trying to win this girl back, first of all. The world is ending. And also, bad attitude to have. Like, hey, I know we're 17, or I know we're 18 and I joined the army, but will you wait for me? Will you throw away the best years of your life waiting for a guy who's going to go to Afghanistan and shoot kids? No way. That's crazy.
Yeah, there's 17 again, and he wanted her to submit.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, 19. Oh, here's something I noticed about Penny that really bothered me throughout the whole movie. Her lips are obscenely chapped. Like, her lips are just a dry desert oasis. And Brandon has these big, plump, luscious, smooth lips that are just so nice to look at. And Penny's lips are just awful. Like, give the girl some chapstick. I know the world is ending, but hook her. Stop at the convenience store and grab her some chapstick. Gary, helicopter pilot.
Very unrelated. I was watching a show, and one of the characters had like crazy chaps lips, and I couldn't stop staring at him. I didn't clock it in this movie. I guess I was taking notes too hard. But
Yeah.
It's really weird to see a character with really chapped lips. It just doesn't, like, you see everybody, all these actors with their moist lips all the time.
Yeah, Brandon.
And then
Gary Heavin.
unless you're in the desert, I guess they are in Texas.
That's true. They are in Texas. And she's the kind of person that would be like, I need beeswax to put on my lips. And they'd be like, well, we don't have any beeswax. The bees are dead. We killed them with pesticides, so get over it. This is not a political
Bees
podcast.
nuts.
Exactly. This is going to be longer than an hour because we got crazy stuff to talk about still.
We're done.
Yeah, that's true. We're done. Oh, I want to talk about Gary. I want to talk about Gary Heavin real quick. I want to talk about Gary Heavin's earlobes. Did you notice this guy's earlobes?
Yes. Oh my God. I was going to ask you about the earlobes. Do you think he used to be some like punk kid?
I mean,
with like huge hoop earrings?
His earlobes look like he had big gauges in them, and he's like 65 years old. So, like, does he have a bunch of Sailor Jerry tattoos under his clothes that we can't see? Who was this guy?
Yeah, I tried to look up Gary Heavin 90s and nothing came up.
Did you look up Gary
Not
Heavin
even.
earrings? Let me look that up real quick.
But like he gauged them crazy, and he's rich as hell. He could have got surgery for those things.
Right? Yeah, it's not like Harrison Ford where he wears like one cool earring and you go like, that's a cool guy. I like that guy. I want to be that guy.
Yeah. Like Gary Heavin, you are a movie star now. You are a movie mogul. You need to get those things snipped.
Right?
Yeah.
Get them snipped and trimmed. Why open a Curves franchise? That's the first picture of Gary Heavin. That's what it says on it. Why open a Curves franchise?
What's the Jewish thing where they snip the dink?
Circumcision.
Oh.
You need to get yourself an ear moil to bite those lobes off.
Yeah, ear moil.
Yeah, exactly. So
Moil.
I made it out of clay. Late night.
You got it.
Late night freak show. That's what this is. Gary Heavin and all of his cronies, they bring a bunch of new people onto the farm. Mr. Green, Frankie's science teacher, a couple other people from town, and they're like, we're gonna hunker down. We're gonna like prep this place and make sure that none of the UN military can get in here. So they like turn the place into a fortress essentially by digging, what do they call them? Like bug holes or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a Doomsday Preppers team assemble type situation, and they add 3 people.
Yep. Mm-hmm. One of them is a farmer. Trenches. Yeah, I love how more information about Mr. Green gets revealed. Like, starts off, oh, I wish Mr. Green, my teacher, was here. Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, he was a farmer before he was a teacher. Oh, that's cool. And then later on in the movie, yeah, he was a policeman before he was a farmer. So he was a policeman and then a farmer and then a teacher? I don't think so. I think he's lying to you, little girl. I think he just lied about what he did before this. Who goes from policeman to farmer to teacher? What an insane career path.
Yeah, he only displays the techniques of a farmer, but
yeah, he can't even load a gun. He gets totally shot by UN military.
well, he's old as
Spoilers.
brick. He can't talk. He's dead, man.
It's true, yeah. Everyone's doing shots of moonshine the night before the UN attacks them, and like everyone's doing shots of moonshine, and Brandon goes, "America, baby." You go, "Now's not the time."
Stupidest time. Like the country just crumbled. It's
America, baby.
America, baby. Just the worst cheers you could give at that moment.
Drinking homemade moonshine because society has collapsed. America, baby. That's us.
He should have said Texas, baby.
Right? Yeah, he should have said, "Don't mess with Texas. All my exes live in Texas," is what he should have said.
But America, baby, is so antithetical to the whole thing that's happening.
No. We need Texas to secede. America, baby.
It's crazy. It's the craziest cheers, and I've seen some crazy cheers.
I've seen so many episodes of Cheers. You wouldn't even believe the stuff I've seen.
Yeah, thank you for being a friend.
Yeah, Norm, you know? Oh, jeez, these late night episodes are weird. Oh my God.
They're great.
Yeah, they are great. We should only do this show at night so I can yell and wake my neighbors up.
Middle of the week freak treat.
Oh yeah. We're we're gonna teach these bastards that they can't mess with our country, says Grandma. At one point.
America, baby.
America, baby. So the UN shows up. Sarah Connor meets them at the gate, and the Russian gets out, and he's like, "I'm here to arrest Brandon Lee." And she goes, "We accidentally shot him with a blank. He's dead." And he goes, "I'm also here to confiscate any items that may represent a threat to the citizens of the United Nations." And I went, "That's not a thing. I don't think you can just call it that. That's not anything." Citizens.
Did you not look up Article 1517 of the handbook?
No, I did not. And then maybe this might, well, the speech at the end is my favorite line in the movie, but this might be my second favorite line in the movie, where the colonel gets out of the car and grabs Brandon's friend, one of his friends, he's going to shoot him. And he goes, "Brandon, you could have been a good soldier. Instead, you became a coward." And Brandon responds by going, "You're a coward and a traitor." And he says it just like that. And you go, "You're the hero."
Like a coward.
Exactly. Like Penny's liberal cuck ways are rubbing off on him.
You telling me your favorite line just makes me go back to America, baby. And that is by far my favorite thing.
America, baby.
Oh, no.
I wonder, hang on. You talk more about what's going on in the movie. I'm going to see if I can find that line real quick. I want to hear America, baby real quick here.
It's under, I guess they're all just cheering and saying, weird things. And he just says, "America, baby."
America, baby.
And the, one thing that we glossed over, which I don't want to gloss over at all, is that Charlie's Angel created some kind of potato gun. And there's this huge explosion. And she has all these weird, fun, quippy lines at the end of the movie that come out of nowhere.
Yeah, there's
I really wish she would have had more of that. Like if she was on the helicopter flying back to the compound and said something cool.
Right, yeah. Like what?
Like, frick these frickin' libtards.
Nah, she'd probably say something like this.
America, baby.
I'm glad
baby.
I was able to vamp semi-coherently.
You lasted just long enough here. Everyone's cheersing. They're having a great time.
Cheers. America, baby. America.
America, baby. America. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Mr. Gary Heavin says America, then realizes that's not what
No.
you want to say. Because he doesn't say America. He finish. Yeah,
he doesn't say America in Finnish. You're right.
Yeah.
He says, "America, baby." So
America, baby.
the colonel kills Brandon's friend.
And then a gunfight ensues. The colonel gets killed. Gary Heavin shoots a truck with a hunting rifle and it explodes, which is like, that's cool. Use that gun on more vehicles.
That was crazy.
There's 3 other vehicles. Use it more. Shoot the rest of their cars. What are you doing? Why'd you waste? Why'd you use it on? Why didn't you use the explosive bullet on the car with the .50 caliber rifle attached to it? You wasted it on a Jeep.
Like, that is a joke in so many comedies where somebody shoots like something and then it just explodes like crazy and you're like, oh, that's hilarious because that shouldn't happen. This is even like a weaker gun and he shoots it once and it just goes up like crazy.
It's like a BB gun he's shooting with. He's got to pump it up so he can shoot, and he just pumped it up enough that he shot it hard enough it blew up a truck.
Does he say it's Texas line there?
No, that's coming up though. First, the UN army has to open up with the .50 caliber gun and just start shooting the heck out of their whole place. Like, Dizzy is up in like a tower built out of balsa wood, and the .50 cal is just like pinging off of it, and it's like the wood is like my thumb is thicker than the wood on this building, and the .50 cal isn't even like coming close to hurting her. The only person who gets hurt is Gary Heavin, who gets clipped in the arm by a .50 caliber bullet, which should have blown his arm off, but his response is just, damn it. He's just like, oh, damn it.
Oh, darn. Oh, Texas.
Oh, America, baby. Ah.
Yeah, they are way outgunned. And that .50 cal should just rip them apart instantly.
Yeah.
Game over.
I've seen Rambo. Rambo massacres the entire Vietnamese military with a .50 caliber gun. They can't even, they don't kill anybody. Well, except Mr. Green, but he gets killed by a different person. So, Brandon shoots the guy on the .50 cal, and then we get your other favorite line in the movie, where Gary Heavin goes, "50 cal is down. Now let's show them how we do things in Texas," which means killing people. We're gonna kill all these people.
Yeah, they are taking UN people out just one at a time. Yeah. Like boom, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm. And then so they start killing people, and then something blows up, and then Gary goes, "Now let's kick some ass." Like he says that to
3/4 the way into the fight.
He says that to nobody. There's nobody around him. He's just saying it to himself to hype himself up. Now let's kick some ass. Like, you already
saying it to the camera.
You blew up a truck with your gun. Then you were kicking ass then, man. Now it's time to kick some ass. All right. Good luck.
And we're just repeating the movie, Pure Flakes. We're not.
This isn't on Pure Flakes. This isn't on Pure Flakes. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
We want to present a good front.
Ass is in the Bible. It's fine. We can say ass.
So is donkey.
Fine. Exactly.
I feel like at that moment, Gary's just giving himself the best line. That's all that's happening. He just wants to be perched up and doing all the cool stuff.
Yeah, he gets shot and he goes, "Damn it!" Like he just shrugs off a .50 caliber bullet like it's nothing.
Darn it!
Oh, my leather vest protected me from this .50 cal bullet. Damn it! Oh, my arm. Ow.
Texas will protect me.
50 cal is down. Now let's show them how we do things in Texas. Again, to nobody. He's not saying that to anybody. Yeah, Mr. Green gets killed, and then Frankie kills a UN soldier, but not before he says, "Goodbye, little girl. You are dead." Which is like, what a cool thing to say.
Then it cuts away.
Yeah, you hear a gunshot, and you go, "Oh, was Frankie killed?" No, of course not, idiot. We showed her holding a gun like 2 seconds before. She totally killed that guy. She loves killing. And then when she gets a taste for it, she can't handle it. She goes, "I want to be a farmer."
Yeah, that guy is so happy to kill a little girl, though. Like, he is creaming in his little UN pants.
In his blue helmet. Not a euphemism.
They make it very prominent in that scene that he is a UN soldier and he wants to kill a little girl.
Mm-hmm. Brandon also kills...
Agenda.
Yeah, exactly. Push it. Brandon kills a bunch of soldiers with, like, a horrific crossbow trap where there's just, like, 30 crossbows hidden behind a fake wall, and he drops the wall, and like 30 arrows just hit a bunch of soldiers, and they all just fall down dead. What a horrible way to die that would be. Just because you probably wouldn't get killed instantly. There would be time for you to be like, there are 5 arrows in me right now. Oh, nuts. I wish I'd never joined the UN Army.
Yeah, he home alones them in the worst possible way.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right, that would be just a horrific way to die. You'd be sitting there for hours, bleeding out,
like
choking on your own spit.
The thing that they didn't show in this movie is all of them walking around the yard afterwards, just headshotting all these UN soldiers, just making sure that they're all dead, brutally murdering them.
They would have to.
Heroes.
They would totally have to.
Yeah, what I'm saying is these are heroes in this movie.
Yeah, they're laying their claim.
Exactly. So we forgot to mention that a helicopter shows up, a UN helicopter shows up that is, without a doubt, a helicopter that you would get in and go see the Grand Canyon in. Like, it's just like a news chopper, and
it's a commercial helicopter.
Exactly. But somehow rockets are shooting out of it and blowing things up. And they just
Gary gets in his helicopter,
Uh-huh.
and we're getting ready for a helicopter fight.
It's the best. This is the pinnacle of the movie, both story-wise and excitement-wise.
Yeah, and all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, don't let him get a missile lock." And immediately I was like, "What are you talking about? That is a sightseeing helicopter."
Yeah. But this is why this whole scene is super hype, because it's real helicopters flying around each other. It's not CGI. There's CGI later when stuff is exploding, but like all the shots of the helicopters flying are just real helicopters flying dangerously close to each other. There's a part where like their rotors clip each other, and I think that's fake. I think that like that part is fake, but like still super impressive helicopter action. Just helicopters buzzing each other and flying by each other and up and down and all over the place. And Gary Heavin's flying one of those helicopters. It's cool. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, they didn't get a stunt double for that whatsoever.
Couldn't afford it.
This scene did cost like $1 million.
Yeah, that was the whole budget of the movie.
Yeah, Gary, but all they have is Molotov cocktails for some reason. They didn't bring one gun with them.
Yeah. You think it'd be easier to shoot a helicopter than to drop a Molotov cocktail above a helicopter. But turns out it's much easier to drop a Molotov cocktail on them. Like, I love when they first take off in the helicopter and Brandon and Gary get in the helicopter. Brandon's got some Molotovs. And because the thing about Sarah Connor's potato gun, Molotov cocktail gun, it accomplishes nothing except blowing up their own stuff. Like, it blows up one of their transport. It blows up a dump truck that they have. It blows up like a bunch of stuff that's just like, hey, that gun was a real liability out there. Just so you know, you wrecked a bunch of our stuff. So
yeah, them hitting their own dumpster truck. I was like, wait a minute, wasn't that their own truck? What is happening here?
Well, and the one woman's like, hey, watch where you're shooting that thing. And she goes, oh, sorry. So it's not calibrated.
Whoopsie.
Whoop. Well, hey, don't shoot it then. If it's not ready, then don't use it. Just throw the Molotov cocktails. Like, you have them. Anyway, Brandon and Gary get in the helicopter, and Gary goes, drop that on the helicopter. But Brandon drops it on the UN truck first and blows it up. He just blows up another truck. And Gary's like, all right, well, fair enough. Probably could have used. Yeah, great. We could have used that truck. It's not an evil truck. Like, we could have just used it. But okay.
Yeah, it can work.
Exactly.
In this new world.
We don't need it. Blow it up. And so, they're buzzing around, they're flying around each other, and then they get above the chopper, and also the Russian guy is in the chopper. We should also mention the bad guy's in the bad chopper. And so they get above him, Brandon drops that Molotov cocktail, and it blows up the bad helicopter. It's great.
Yeah, fire ensues, and then, it crashes to the ground, and it's over. Like, they won.
Legitimately, if you don't watch this movie, well, watch it. It's crazy, whatever. But if you just want to, like...
It's only 1:30. Watch it.
Yeah, you've wasted your life on other things. You've listened to episodes of this show. That's a waste of your life. And so... Mm-hmm. Or you could just skip to the end and watch the helicopter fight, which is one of the coolest things I've seen in movies. Like... Mission Impossible Fallout did a helicopter fight, and that was pretty cool, but This one wasn't better, but it was pretty good. It was pretty impressive.
I disagree.
All right, well, agree to disagree then. Well, looks like I won the battle, but the war's just beginning.
I love that line.
It's a good line.
It did signify the end of the movie, which was great, but it was also just like such a solid line by Gary. It's Gary, right?
It is Gary. It's Gary Heavin. Well, Brandon says, looks like we won the battle, and then Gary says, but the war's just begun.
It's a two-hander.
What'd you think of this movie overall there, Johnny?
After Missionaire, I kind of really loved it. I thought it was paced okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was edited. There was some exciting stuff. Brandon throws some cool punches. 10 out of 10 stars.
I gotta agree. 10 out of 10 stars. Real roller coaster ride. If you're into doomsday prepping or just conspiracy theories, or you love Alex Jones, you should watch this movie. You'll love it.
It's the truth.
It's factual. Everything is satisfactual. And so the only way to end this episode is I'm going to read you the speech that Gary gives at the end of the movie, because it's amazing, and then we'll end the show on that. How's that sound?
Yeah.
All
and
right.
I'll do Brandon's part.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right.
I love you.
I love you.
We love you.
We love you.
I gotta play this music here. Here we go.
Our story may never be recorded in the annals of history, and our history is now nothing but fond memories of a once great generation. A nation founded by a legion of patriots with a scroll of simple principles. A nation bought and paid for by heroes that were willing to fight and die for her. We are not willing to die for a puppet government run by demonic elite. Jefferson was right. The tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time by the blood of tyrants and patriots. It may not have been our choice, but we are the new patriots.
America, baby.